What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Front Yard Fantasy Podcast live stream. I forget what day of the week it is.
It's Wednesday. Let's go.
Yeah.
Camel Day. Wednesday. Wacky, wet, and wild.
Wacky, wet, and wild.
Did you say Camel Day?
Yeah, Camel Day.
Camel Day.
Most definitely Camel Day.
Definitely Camel Day.
Okay. Took
Got
me a minute. There we are. We arrived at the same place. Took me a second. I'm here, as always, with my co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. I'm Simon, for those of you that do not know who we are. We're the Front Yard Fantasy Podcast live stream extravaganza, as we stated at the beginning. You can follow us on YouTube at Front Yard Fantasy and on Twitch at Front Yard Fantasy as well if you want to catch up on any of our old content, other mock drafts. Spoiler alert, that's what we're doing today in case you didn't read the title. Josh and John Luke, how are you guys doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm fantastic. It's a great day. I'm off of work tomorrow. So that just makes you feel good inside. I do have a lot of stuff to do. I'm probably have to work a little bit tomorrow, but I don't care. Feeling good on a Wednesday. That's from a South Park episode.
Lord. I am Lord. Yeah, so like I mentioned, today we are going to be doing a Dynasty Superflex Startup Mock Draft. Looks like we got a pretty full house in here too. There's 2 spots remaining. There are 2 spots remaining.
Who will be the 2 lucky boys?
Pick number 1 and pick number 9 are still available in our 12-team mock draft.
That's usually my spot. I should switch my spot over.
No, don't you dare. You're number 3.
What's up, Swamp? Swamp says, who that?
I'm 3.
Who dat? What up, Swamp?
Never done. You know what? Jail and I are actually fairly new to Superflex as well. This was our first season ever playing. It's all brand new.
My 2 championships were my 2 Superflex leagues. So
you nerd.
I have been I've been missing out, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's why my team's so bad in our regular Dynasty League.
Because you're so good at Superflex
Yeah.
that makes sense. You've just been drafted in a Superflex mindset. But Swamp also, that's why we do mocks. That's why we start doing mocks now, is because you start doing it and you look at your team at the end and you're like, oh God, I hate that. And the next time you adjust, okay, maybe I don't take a wide receiver in this range. Oh, I felt bad about my running backs. Maybe I change it up here. That's the whole point of doing this. Yep.
Yeah, just play any other game, then you don't just play game time. You gotta do the practice.
Got to put in the reps, and that's what we're doing. We're gonna be putting in reps all offseason. We're starting early.
Oh.
Tim McDaniel says, hey, a fellow Saints fan, love it. Oh, you've been missing out. Swamp's in here every day with the who dat.
Always.
Who dat? And also Superflex. I love how it kind of is almost, it makes the positions as valuable as they are in the NFL. A quarterback in fantasy football typically is not that valuable. You're never going to draft one in the first round. In Superflex, you might want to do it. We'll see how it goes, though, right?
Yeah, I am not a big fan of quarterbacks. I don't know. I don't like that many quarterbacks. I like Deshaun, I like Lamar. It's pretty much it. And so I don't love, I just didn't think I'd get into Superflex too much because I am fine with them being a marginalized position, but it does add a lot more strategy. So I do like that aspect of it. Josh is right.
Absolutely. Trades can be more fun. Everyone's looking for a quarterback. And
the Dynasty, the rookie draft gets a lot more fun too, I assume.
It's so much better.
There's a whole other position that suddenly really matters. Your 101 isn't going to be the top running back. It's probably going to be Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, these guys coming out. So that definitely makes more fun. Swamp says, so Superflex is 2 QB. Great question. Superflex is very similar to 2 QB. So you know how in your standard flex spot, you can start a wide receiver, running back, or tight end? A super flex position, you can start a wide receiver, running back, tight end, or quarterback. Since quarterbacks score the most points of any position in fantasy, you generally want to start 2 quarterbacks in a super flex league, but you're not required to. So there's a little bit more flexibility there in that flex spot. But for all intents and purposes, you're going to have some exceptions with injuries or your team goes downhill. You want to try to start 2 quarterbacks usually in a super flex league.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Second that.
Okay. I was going to say something else, but I have forgotten. So we will give it. We got 1 spot left. Oh, the number 1 spot was taken. Number 2 is open now. Oh, people are shuffling.
Getting nervous.
Moving around.
before we jump in, I'll give the full details of the league. This is a PPR league, 12 teams. Superflex, or as stated, it is going to be a dynasty startup. We're going to have 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 traditional flex, so wide receiver, running back, tight end, and 1 super flex, quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end. And then I've only got 4 bench on here because we have limited time to draft. In a regular dynasty league, you would do another 15, 20 rounds after that. Goes deep. But
300 rounds after that.
Dude, it gets wild sometimes. I've seen some dynasty leagues where the waiver wire is just completely empty.
Ours, right? We got like 28 roster spots on ours.
We also only have 10 teams in our league, so it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better, but I remember I got invited to a league in the offseason. I just couldn't commit to it. It was a 96 team league, and there were like 3 copies of each player or 4 copies of each player. And I remember looking at the team that I got invited to take over, and then looking at the waiver wire and just thinking, this is too much for me to take on right now. This would be a full-time job rebuilding this guy.
Yeah. I'm excited, though. I'm already in. I've already joined another dynasty league, so I feel like this is just the start. Like we're not even a week past fantasy season, and like I've seen it happen before. My good friend Josh here. Slippery slope. I'm going to be in 15 more dynasty leagues by the end of the time.
It is a slippery slope. Oh, my God. I mean, once you get someone that keeps inviting you, how are you supposed to say no? How do you say no to joining a new fantasy league? Doing a draft is so much fun.
Swamp wanted to know kicker defense. No, there are no kicker defense in this league. We're not drafting those. And then Dr. Chalupo asked, can you have multiple copies of a player in that league? No. So each team could only have 1 copy of a player. You couldn't have 2 Derrick Henrys on your team. And Timmy James wants to know, how many leagues are you at now, JL?
I was in 8 this past season. 2
you had more than I thought.
2 of them I co-managed with Simon and Josh.
I'm putting the link in there one more time. We've got 1 more spot left. We'll give it another 2-3 minutes, and then we're going to dive in and start this draft. Just as a disclaimer, I remembered what I was going to say. The sleeper rankings in there right now are based mostly off of preseason 2020. The ADPs are. So there's going to be some players further down that you might want to draft a lot earlier. There's going to be some players real high up that you probably don't want to draft at all. Just pay attention. Try to think of these names. I'm going to go ahead and give one out. Just an example. James Robinson is going to be freaking buried in the sleeper.
Why are you
rankings.
giving away my picks?
James Robinson's going to be buried.
Come
so just
on.
pay attention to stuff like that. When your turn comes up, be aware there's going to be players like this.
Absolutely.
Good friend of the show, Mike Faella, says you can tell him that you're Rue. So we were talking, loser of this new dynasty league that I'm in has to die. So it is fantasy Hunger Games. And I'm not Rue, though. I'm PETA. Marco, who was on yesterday, he's Rue. All right.
Yikes. You know, I love fantasy football, but I don't know if I would join that league.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't want to die, you know?
Yeah,
That's what it comes down to. I don't know.
I'm sure they got fantasy in heaven.
You're right. It's probably even better.
Probably have like fantasy leagues for like humans who are currently living.
Oh God.
Yep, PETA. And then G-Men J was like, don't talk about PETA. That hits too close to home because I guess he looks a little bit like PETA.
God.
All right, did we get our last spot?
I don't think it's been filled. We've got 1 more spot. Right. If no one fills it, we'll just have 1 robot team drafting with us. Otherwise, someone can take it if they want.
Hold on.
We never went over the last
one
spot.
that just responded to me and said they might want to join. NBA Rig might want to join.
Oh.
I sent them the link on Sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Julia Jones.
That's him. I'm saying it to him now.
All right, we'll wait another minute here.
Yeah, we'll wait 1 more minute. Josh, as our resident Superflex expert, before we jump in, dive in, for the people who have never drafted Superflex, you want to give a little bit of some strategy advice on how you would do this in a startup dynasty draft?
Yeah,
how does it change?
There's a few different ways you can think about it, really. I know there's a lot of people that want to get a really good quarterback early and then maybe wait till the final quarterbacks start going, but we're in a dynasty league. So you got to realize, sure, there's going to be 32 starters next year, but maybe 20 of them are actually are going to be the starter for multiple years, right? 20 might be too many, honestly. So in a dynasty league, you got to make sure you do get quarterbacks that you're going to have for a while, because if you do have a quarterback that's a great fantasy quarterback and the starter for his team for 10 years, you get him on your dynasty team for 10 years. And that doesn't happen with running backs. Typically, it doesn't happen with any position other than quarterbacks. So it's important to get Patrick Mahomes. He should be the first pick in this draft, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow. Just giving away all everyone's strategy.
NBA rigged this year, and it looks like he took the last spot. We are full. We got a full mock draft, boys. This is exciting.
Hell yeah.
I like to hear.
You guys ready to dive in? We'll give everyone a second. We're going to start this. Who's first? Greatness Reborn is the first pick in the draft.
Wow. I'm a little bit intimidated. Not going to lie.
I mean, it's Greatness Reborn.
Okay. Are you guys ready? I'm going to start it.
What up, NBA Rigged?
Yeah, what's up, man? Julia Jones. All right. The draft has started, ladies and gentlemen. And Patrick Mahomes is the first.
Patrick Mahomes was the first pick. We saw it coming. Josh, you called it.
Now it gets interesting, honestly, though. It really does. Let's see. I'm interested to see how everything plays out.
Who do you take second? Is Lamar still the number 2 pick? Probably not.
Probably not.
But maybe. Kyler, does he sneak up there? Do you go with a running back like Christian McCaffrey and pass up on this top tier of quarterbacks? Because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there's a very clear tier break after Patrick Mahomes. In dynasty quarterbacks. Because Patrick Mahomes, he's one of the few players that's in a complete tier of their own, at least in Superflex leagues.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming into this year, I mean, there was there was the Patrick Mahomes, there was Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, and Lamar Jackson. I think we're all kind of in their own tier, but after that, this year, Patrick Mahomes is the only one left in there.
8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, damn. Time's up. Who do they get? Christian McCaffrey.
Fine pick, though. Still a good pick.
Honestly, very good pick. So.
You'll have to turn off auto draft if you want to make your future picks. Otherwise, it's going to auto draft for you. Oh, NBA, no worries. Just make sure you click on your name. How do you turn off auto draft for yourself, JL? You've had to do that
I think
recently.
you click the auto, you click your avatar, and it should pop up a menu.
Perfect. Yeah. So NBA, if you just click your avatar, then you can turn off auto draft. There you go. He got it. Josh, what are you doing?
No, there's really 2 people in my mind that I am considering, or 3 people, and I don't know if I should tell you guys because I don't want to give anything away.
It's your pick.
One of them's a quarterback.
Josh, the other one's not going to make it back to you. You don't pick.
I know.
You got 8
I'm going to
seconds.
go with this just because I think he has a lot of value right now. You could trade him for a ton. I think it was a
Dalvin Cook next.
Alvin Kamara.
I'm curious when the next quarterback's going to go. Alvin Kamara, I don't necessarily disagree with that pick. Mm-hmm. Drew Brees makes me a little nervous. Kyler Murray, I was wondering if he was going to fall any further. Yeah, I probably would have taken him at 2.
He was a consideration for me.
I probably would have too.
I swear to God, that was the one quarterback I was considering. But I know how these drafts typically. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. What pick are we at? So far, we've got 4 running backs and 2 quarterbacks off the board. Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray at 1 and 6. And Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, and Derrick Henry at the 105.
Wow. Just for me personally, I'm a little bit nervous about Derrick Henry in Dynasty. He's turning 27.
Saquon Barkley.
And you know how running backs go. But, hey, how can you argue with what he's been doing the last 2 years, right?
And yeah, I've been a Derrick Henry doubter. Dude's an anomaly. I completely agree. Can't let you have Murray that low. I would not have let you have him if I was sitting there in front of you, but Josh let him slide to you.
I did.
Lamar Jackson, JL, you're not scared off of what you saw this season? You didn't move any other quarterbacks ahead of him besides Murray, I'm guessing?
I moved Murray ahead of him. But no, I was trying to decide between Deshaun Watson and him. You guys know I love Deshaun Watson. I'll always love him, but I don't like. How can they improve in the offseason even with like no picks? They have no leverage, so that worries me.
Oh my lord! Justin Herbert comes off the board in the first round, followed
by. I was gonna be the one with the bold pick, taking Justin Herbert on the turn. I'm a little upset about that. That is frustrating. I think it's a little early, but I don't think it's ridiculous. I really believe in Justin Herbert. Man, that stings. That stings. I wanted him there at the turn.
Can't let me have Murray that low.
Did you miss this conversation?
Oh, I didn't know you put his comment up. I thought I heard the conversation. Didn't know you put the comment up. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. 22 seconds. Let's see. Man, well,
this is Sean.
Dak. Good pick. Good pick. I was wondering if he was going to slide because of the injury, but
did you guys already talk about this?
Deshaun Watson's still there.
Yeah, I was about to say, with Deshaun Watson still sitting on the board right there.
Oh yeah,
that's where I'm going to go. Apple says, "Hey guys, sour finish of the season. Faced Kamara in the final." Yeah, I don't even need to read who else was on your team. That's rough. Had Julio, Galladay, Parker, and even what might have been a sneaky Higgins play on the bench.
That sucks. I mean, it's Kamara. Honestly, I just reel back to my pick here, Alvin Kamara. If this was a real dynasty league, I would immediately be trying to trade Alvin Kamara, my first overall pick. I'm not joking. I would. It depends how my team ends up, but I like where his value is right now.
I decided to go with DeAndre Hopkins there with my second pick.
First wide receiver.
As the first wide receiver off the board. It's honestly, I'm up in the air. I've been going back and forth between a couple different guys as who should be the number one wide receiver in the dynasty format. The guys that I'm thinking are DeAndre Hopkins, DK Metcalf, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams. Those are basically the four guys that I think you can make an argument for any of those four to be the top wide receiver in dynasty. Today I'm leaning DeAndre Hopkins, but as the offseason goes on, I might switch over to probably to DK Metcalf.
Wow, wowee.
I'm not mad at that pick. Joe Burrow. We've got a Josh Allen, Joe Burrow from our boy Tim McDaniels there at the 10th pick.
Timmy
McD. Look, guys are loading up on quarterbacks early. Definitely not. It's a smart thing to do. You know. We'll see how it turns out for you guys later in the draft, though.
But what that means is there going to be some value to be had at other positions coming up in the next two rounds with all the quarterbacks that are going this early.
Yeah.
Apple, that's a rough way to end the season.
It really is. That
was a historic performance. DK Metcalf. There it is.
Fair enough. I like it.
Who's your number one dynasty wide receiver? Is it DeAndre Hopkins or DK Metcalf? I'm assuming DK, those are your top two.
Yeah. It's tough. DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams are both the same age. They're 28. That's not – I'm not going to be scared away from them per se because they're going to have another, 4 to 8 years left. But if it's close and you have that many years extra with DK, then I'm gonna see what I can get out of DK. But I don't know if he's my number one. I don't know. I'm trying this out now. If this is a real one, I might go DeAndre Hopkins or Adams.
Daddy's home went with the 2 quarterback start.
Russell Wilson
hurts in the second round.
Oh, and to the your question about Lamar, Simon, in Dynasty 2, I'm less worried because I think over time he's going to be fine. This is more of like a more recency thing, and I think he'll improve. And they'll get him more weapons, hopefully.
Yeah, I agree. Russell Wilson is interesting for me. I could see taking him right after Kyler as the number 3 quarterback. I could see taking him that high. So I think that's great value on Russell Wilson in the second round of a Superflex Dynasty league. I'm not sure I think I would probably still take Herbert, Allen, Deshaun over him, but he's probably right there after those 3 for me.
So real fast, guys, you were having that wide receiver 1 conversation, and the first wide receiver I would probably pick is this guy, actually, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's a fair pick.
He's in that consideration for me.
I was surprised that he was still on the board.
And he's tied to Patrick. He's tied to Patrick Mahomes, and NBA rigged. This kind of plays into what you're asking me why Hopkins over Adams. they're close. Like all four of those wide receivers are very close to me. It comes down to small things that are tiebreakers. Hopkins is a little younger, and he's tied to a younger quarterback that I like a little bit better. Aaron Rodgers is incredible, but he's got a shorter shelf life left on him than Kyler Murray does. So those little things are what pushes it over.
I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. All 5 of these receivers I put in the same tier, even Michael Thomas.
I'm nervous about Michael Thomas.
I know. He would be the end of the tier for me, but I would put him in the same tier.
Why are you nervous?
Just this year, even when he was healthy, we didn't see good Michael Thomas from him. Like it's not just an injury thing. We didn't see it at all for a full season through injuries, and then whenever he played, he didn't look good either.
He should.
I think it wasn't like isolated injuries though. I think he was playing through injury too.
Yeah. I would take him at the end of the tier, like Josh said, but if the options are between those, there goes Justin Jefferson and AJ Brown. Ooh, I like those wide receiver picks.
I wanted all 3 of those guys. Those are like
Tua?
No, all 3 of these guys were like the guys I wanted next. Like I swear, I don't. Man, you really screwed me, NBA.
For now, after Tua, for me, there's now a big drop in quarterback. There's like one more that I'm pretty interested in is like a higher value one, but then outside of that, I'm probably waiting. At least that's what I'm thinking. And I don't think the last guy will make it to me. So we'll see.
Man, there's 2 people I'm considering here.
You got 13 seconds.
Fudge. Okay. Okay. Go with Josh Jacobs.
That's not bad. I like that pickup.
Now I like my team. It's just no quarterbacks yet up there. Maybe I'm right.
Risky decision.
Honestly, this kind of decision isn't a great decision for Dynasty, but if you're just trying to win that first year, getting these older quarterbacks with this elite talent at wide receiver and running back, it's a good way to do it. It really is.
Yeah, we're try and trade for an early pick in the next year's rookie draft. Get one of those incoming QBs. But you actually don't even need an early pick, right? Because Superflex are going to go.
Superflex, you're going to need an early pick.
Yeah, I haven't done a rookie draft Superflex yet.
Trevor Lawrence will be the number 1 overall pick.
James wants to know, are y'all going to do another draft or not? Not today, but we are going to do these at least once a week throughout the entire offseason. All different formats, Dynasty, redraft, Superflex, PPR, and maybe we'll even throw some like tight end premium. We'll mix it up throughout the offseason. But we will be that was the last one. That was the last quarterback that I was willing to draft this high. I'm going to be waiting for a minute now.
I was considering him. It's at the age. I mean, he could be in the NFL as long as Josh Jacobs. If we're being honest. Kittle was the other guy. Kittle was the almost guy. I was that close. Oh.
That's a great pick, Swamp.
Yeah. DeAndre Swift's a good pick. I was thinking about him, but I like Josh Jacobs more just because he's proved it a little bit more. But
some of these running backs in this tier are a little bit tricky to value.
Oh, wow. Their Sleepers web app just started working again. What the heck?
Like,
show me the players.
On the iPhone.
Sean wants to do an IDP mock at some point. Sean, JL and I are in one IDP league, and it's not even full IDP. We've got a DB, a DL, what is it? Or two defensive linemen, a defensive back, a linebacker, and I think that's what we have on our rosters, and we are so bad at it. That's an area where we definitely need to improve, especially considering one of our main dynasty leagues has 4 IDP spots. Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
DeAndre Swift there. You commented on DeAndre Swift, but I didn't think he was going to make it to me, but I was really crossing my fingers hoping. Drafting here at the end, I always forget how long of a wait it is. And I am feeling a little gross not having a running back through those first 2 rounds.
Oh, man. I don't want to take this guy in Dynasty, but I feel like I just can't believe he's still on the board.
Damn it. That's who I was going to take. I like Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah, I like it.
Ryan Tannehill. Justin Herbert, Jonathan Taylor, Ryan Tannehill. You know what? I'm pretty all right with that team so far.
Yeah. NBA Rig seems like his team. I think I'll win next year for sure, right? No team will have better
Christian
running back.
McCaffrey, Nick Chubb. Yeah, you'll have the best running backs. If you can piece together your QB2, maybe grab a bunch of scraps at the end and hope one of them pans out or play the matchups, you'll have a pretty strong team.
Yeah.
We got another 2 quarterback team here with Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Now, the Joe Burrow pick's interesting because he's probably not even going to play at the beginning of the next season, right? That's what.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
most likely not.
He may not even play at all next year.
Yeah, I could see
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
James Robinson. There he is. I was wondering.
There he is.
Well,
Good looks, Sean.
I don't love this player, and I've said this many times, but I feel like I gotta take a running back with one of these 2 picks.
Got a feeling.
He's my favorite running back left on the board. He is on a great offense, and he should have opportunity. I'm gonna take Clyde Edwards-Helaire right here.
Man, you should have let me guess.
That long.
It makes me nervous. He's not my favorite. I of the rookie running backs, he's not up there for me, but I had to take him. My next pick's a little tricky because there's a bunch of wide receivers left here that I love, like absolutely love, but I'm really tempted to skip them.
You think you could get some good ones next time around?
This is a mock. I'm gonna mess around. We're gonna see. I know he's getting older. I'm taking the best tight end of the game here in the 4th round. I'm taking Travis Kelce.
You were gonna take him. I thought it was gonna be your last.
I'm not taking him if he's sitting there staring at me at even a little crumb of a value.
Aaron Waller. I like it.
Not that it matters at all, but I would have taken Kelce or Waller with my next pick, probably.
Really?
Definitely Kelce. Waller, I would have had to decide. I'm not as high as on Waller in a dynasty, but he's looked great.
I'm looking at the quarterback comp. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
good pick.
1 quarterback, 5 teams with 2 quarterback, and then Josh, you are sitting there.
Dobbins, good pick.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I like the J.K. Dobbins pick a lot.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Shoot, it's me again.
You again.
Kind of a steal.
Well, this actually isn't too tough for me. I was gonna go this guy in the last round, but oh my God, was he taken? Yes, shoot. I was gonna go Justin Jefferson, but he was taken a long time ago.
Okay.
Oh my God, is that guy going too? How much time?
He better not be.
Where's? Oh, I'm looking at running backs. I'm gonna go CeeDee Lamb here.
That was one of the wide receivers I was looking at as someone that I was
pretty
happy with.
I like it. Things get interesting.
Where's Daddy gonna go here?
Come on, Daddy.
Come on, Daddy.
What are you thinking?
So far, he probably has the best quarterback duo so far with Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson, and then a solid young running back in DeAndre Swift and Antonio Gibson. There he goes. I love the value on some of these 2020 rookies in the dynasty mocks we've done so far. I have a feeling as the offseason goes on, we're going to see them rise even a little bit more. Calvin Ridley.
Austin Eckler.
How do you guys feel about Calvin Ridley? Are you nervous at all about him without Julio whenever that happens? Do you think he's going to be able to step into that wide receiver 1 role fully?
I think he'll be fine.
I think he'll be fine. If not, then they'll probably get someone.
All right.
Very
so
talented.
Who should I pick, boys and girls? Because I don't know.
Tim Tebow.
I don't love that pick. There's a wide receiver I'm looking at. 2 wide receivers I'm looking at. Really, that's the only ones that are really standing out to me at this point. Yeah. I guess I'll just, I like him. Not the best year, not the year everyone expected, but Chris Godwin.
No, I like that pick a lot. I was just considering him.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
I have him ranked over everyone else.
Just don't know if I just, for some reason, I have trouble trusting Chris Godwin with Antonio Brown and Mike Evans there, not knowing if Tom Brady's coming back. I never fully bought into his breakout, and that's probably on me. Stephon Diggs. I love that pick. I honestly, if I would have taken a wide receiver at that spot where I took Travis Kelce was probably going to be CeeDee Lamb or Stephon Diggs. It was going to be one of those two players. Scary Terry. Look at that young wide receiver core right there. That's AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin, DJ Moore.
Dang.
That's sexy.
Great wide receiver.
Greatness reborn. Yeah, you look like you're drafting a good dynasty team, I would say.
I was going to say that's how I like to build my dynasty teams. Build up a young, talented wide receiver core and then figure running back out.
Yep.
It's tough to win year one like that, though.
Yep, it is tough to win. You can do that and come in last year one. I've done that, but I won the following year.
Yeah. I was going to say, I like that strategy is like try not to win year one, and then that sets you up for that first rookie draft.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Your team that way. Like I don't mind taking that strategy. Of course, if you can win. But I'm saying it's a good strategy.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Just keep looking for those late run values at running back. Even if you go this
James
strategy.
Robinson's.
And play the waiver wire. Philip Lindsay delivered me my first dynasty title whenever I built a team like this. And nobody drafted him. He was a waiver wire guy. Cam Akers.
Oh, you stinker. That's what I was going to take.
It's a good pick. I think what I want to do here now. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
What you going to do? You going to tell us about it?
No, I'm going to just think about it. Should I? No, I'm not going to do that. Sorry, guys. I'm glad I didn't tell you about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to shore up another, I think I'm going to go with another wide receiver here. Lots of good ones still hanging around. There's a lot that I like, but I don't know to pick. Oh, shoot. I guess this guy seems...
You got 10 seconds.
Yeah. I can't decide between Allen Robinson and Kenny Golladay.
Oh, I just noticed. I don't know why I just noticed that Claudio got in here with the 4th pick. I'm so happy Claudio got in. I didn't even see their name up there. Missed out on the last few that we did.
Claudio Jenkins.
Dalvin Cook, Aaron Rodgers, Austin Eckler, and Michael Thomas. This looks like the team that I would never build that would beat me every year. Like honestly, these are players that have scared me in the past, players that scare me currently.
A lot of people.
Yep, but they I've been wrong to fade some of these players. I've been wrong to stay away from Dalvin Cook because of his injuries. I've been wrong to stay away from Austin Eckler because I'm just, I guess, a hater who didn't buy into the talent.
Yep.
I love grinding the waiver wire for RBs. Always draft my startups like this. Yep, I completely agree. It's a lot of fun.
It sucks if you spend the early startup draft capital on running backs and then something happens, right? Todd Gurley. Josh, your brother, got Todd Gurley, I think at 101 when we drafted our startup. Mm-hmm. And if that's like the main party of the foundation of your team, it's just a little bit safer to get those guys who are going to last longer.
Completely agree. You're building a strong foundation if you've got Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin, DJ Moore.
And DFF Carp is greatness reborn.
Nice. I really like your team so far. I'm sitting here, my mouth is watering over that wide receiver core. I'm jealous that I didn't do that. That's my favorite way to build a dynasty team. Trying something else out, and it feels a little icky. Having only one wide receiver through 4 rounds. Not a fan.
Hey, there's 3 teams without a wide receiver so far.
Daddy took Keenan Allen. Does he like it when I call him Daddy?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he made his name Daddy, right? NBA Rick likes his Diggs pick, it seems like, with Josh Unicorn Stallion.
Yeah, no, I like that pick a lot.
I really thought either Herbert or Josh Allen was going to get to me at the end of that first round. I was 100% planning on taking either Herbert or Allen. Probably Herbert because I assumed Allen was going to be gone, but
I like that Deontay Johnson pick. Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Rick, you said Allen's age is getting up there. I guess you don't mean Josh Allen, maybe Allen Robinson?
Keenan Allen.
Oh, okay.
I think
he just got drafted
as well.
Well, he had that message up there before Keenan Allen got drafted.
Gotcha. Deontay Johnson, what do you guys think about that pick? Do you think that's – I'm not saying it's wrong, but do you think that's early? Where do you think he's going to be going?
Yeah, Allen Robinson is 27, I believe. Stephon Diggs is 27 too. So, sorry, what's up? Deontay Johnson?
Yeah.
I like Deontay Johnson a lot. I would take all the receivers that went before him. But this is exactly when I would start considering Deontay Johnson. So I think it's a good pick. He's younger than the ones before him. He hasn't quite shown as much though. It's a good juju spot. Probably doesn't feel great.
It doesn't, but it's good value, I think.
Who's pick gonna have for quarterback? That's a great question. Hopefully not Mason Rudolph, right?
Oh my God.
Or
Please,
as a Raven fan, please Mason Rudolph.
Please God, yes.
But
I think Mason Rudolph's a career backup, if that.
Me too. And Ben Roethlisberger, I don't know. He can still throw the ball, but
we're going on a wide receiver run here.
T. Higgins, I love that.
Good pick.
Ooh, there's a player I'm hoping makes it to me. Don't do it, Parker.
I was hoping he would fall. I know who it is.
No, you don't, because there's a couple guys that it could be.
I know all of them.
There's a couple of my favorite guys sitting right there.
I know
Amari Cooper.
No.
Mike Evans.
No.
Who else?
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Now, what I'm curious about is a bunch of these rookie wide receivers. This next tier of rookie wide receivers, the Brandon Ayuks, the Chase Claypools, the Henry Ruggs. How high did those guys go? Because we got spoiled by like Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb, these guys that showed like serious, unbelievable flashes their rookie year. That even guys like Brandon Ayuk, who were incredible for a rookie, are kind of getting overshadowed a bit.
Yeah.
Breakouts don't usually happen that early into a wide receiver's career. It's not like, okay, I got to do it. I got to take my guy.
Do it.
He's one of my favorite wide receivers in the NFL. There's a lot of mouths to feed, but Dak has a lot of food to give. I'm drafting my boy Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper. It'll be Dak.
It wasn't Mike Evans. I should have said. I would probably draft Amari Cooper or Mike Evans, but you're about to draft Mike Evans.
I have another pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my other favorite wide receiver. I'm going to draft Mike Evans. I've got 3 of my favorite wide receivers in the NFL, period, starting my team. They're not my favorite dynasty wide receivers, honestly. This is a weird team for me dynasty-wise, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. If we're being honest, I mean, like we talked about earlier, team 1 is generally how I like to build dynasty teams. There's all sorts of different strategies, but that's interesting. We're on to our 3rd round without a quarterback taken, 2 full rounds plus 3 picks into the 2nd. There really was a big teardrop, it looks like.
Yeah.
I've never drafted a Superflex team like this, and I'm just having a good time. It's I like the. I think I'm going to be happy with my starting lineup, especially for year 1.
I love the Kamara, Hill, Jacobs. I imagine having like being able to set that lineup every week.
Brandon Ayuk. We were just talking about him, and Parker snagged in and grabbed him.
Oh my God.
And Chris Carson, that's another interesting one. This is where you can start getting value in dynasty leagues on running backs. You can wait, and then some of these little bit older or more risky guys that got some tread on their tires, you can ride those guys to a championship early because you loaded up on young wide receiver talent and then took the running backs that people weren't interested in. Mark Andrews, JL. You believe, even with the 12 passing yards that Lamar gets every game?
Yep.
Might go up to 14 next year.
Mm-hmm.
If he works on his
passing yards and 3 touchdowns to Mark Andrews. They're just 1 yard.
I
was considering Chris Carson because it's getting ugly at running back, but I got sniped.
There's watching. Who's drafting from that spot? Do we know who that is? AJS 45.
Reveal yourself. If we know.
Don't say reveal yourself.
Expose yourself.
Also, if we're talking about Keenan Allen, I don't know if you guys put this up, but he's 28. Wide receivers have a longer shelf life. They can play into their 30s. And I think people think Keenan Allen's like 35. I don't know if it's his haircut plus the beard that makes him look a little older. Or I'm not sure.
Not DJ. Daddy, you took my boy.
Man, I love having a full draft because now awesome. every pick is personal.
Yeah. Wait, did you already put up these comments about Allen being 28.
I put the one up about him being 28.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, still plenty of prime. Agree. Did you put up this? Oh yeah, you did. Mason Rudolph. And NBA said, "Love this draft. Thanks for sending us." Yeah, definitely. This is dope. It's way more fun too with it being full because we've done a couple of these last couple of weeks and the bots are just straight up potatoes.
Yeah, it sucks. Swamp can't wait to draft Haskins.
Do it. You won't.
Honestly, in most dynasty leagues, he's probably going to be drafted. Not this one. But
Haskins, you're saying?
Yeah, just because a Superflex Dynasty League, I mean, you got to draft him. Maybe not in this one because we don't have many bench spots, but, most Dynasty Leagues are pretty deep.
NBA said, JL, where's Juju going next year? Which team or where in the draft?
That's a good question because I think, is his contract up? I think it is.
I think it is. If not, it's close.
Yeah.
I'll double check that.
That's a good question. Daddy's Home says Hawk over Waller. I don't hate it.
That's bold. In Dynasty, I get it, but I think Waller's got. Here's the other thing I wanted to mention. Josh, you mentioned with quarterbacks, you can get up to 10 years out of a player. Quarterback may be the only position I'm looking more than 3 years in advance for. Wide receiver a little bit more, but especially with running backs, tight ends, I'm generally not going to have those players on my team for more than 3 years anyways. So I like Waller better for the next 2 to 3 seasons than I like TJ Hawkinson. So in dynasty leagues, I'm going to be drafting Waller over Hawk. You can have all the Hawk daddy.
I accidentally drafted Jerry Jeudy. He was in my queue, and I guess I ran out of time.
That's all right. It's not a bad pick.
That's a good accidental pick. You probably would have screwed it up, and instead
there's a reason he's in my queue, right? So I would have preferred to have a guy like DJ Chark.
DJ Chark.
Do.
Trevor Lawrence to Chark all day, 10 years. No, that's who I would have drafted.
I wanted to get him on the next one too.
Jared Goff is who I would have drafted. I don't know. That's what you're saying.
That's who I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Don't like that one, Claudio.
Damn it. I was hoping Stafford made it all the way back around, but I didn't think he was going to.
I'm angry.
That's who I was hoping to get at the end of this next round. I'm scared of what my quarterback situation is going to look like. Maybe I'm just banking on trading and making sure I get one of these top picks in the rookie draft. God, because we got some oldies. We got some oldies left. Maybe that's another strategy too. You can get a young gun, and then you can piece together a squad of the elderly to fill your other quarterback spot.
Judy.
Sean says nobody touching Gurley with a 10-foot pole. Dude, I would need a 30-foot pole. Dude, do not apologize. That team's looking solid so far. This is how you build a Superflex Dynasty team.
Yeah,
take notes, everyone. That looks awesome. And like we said, every single year there's a 1 or 2 waiver wire running backs, even in Dynasty, that come out and provide value for your team. Like it just keeps happening. So it's not ridiculous to wait this long for a running back. It's scary. You'll leave the draft looking at your team like, who the hell am I going to start at running back? But
where do you guys think Stafford will go if they take it out on his contract?
I know where I would like him to go, but I don't think he will go in division to the Bears. But I would really like to see Matthew Stafford on the Bears. I think that'd be a great fit for him. I think that team would be a really good team if you throw Matthew Stafford in at quarterback.
I don't know. Maybe like
Washington.
Hey, listen.
It'd be terrible.
Tom Brady's going to be with Tampa Bay next year, but if he wasn't,
Ronald Jones, Michael Gallup, Chase Claypool,
Derek Carr.
How about Pittsburgh if Ben Roethlisberger retires?
He said he's playing next year, right?
Yeah,
Damn
sure.
you, Josh, you took my pick.
He might not get to decide.
Josh, who did you? Oh, you took Matt Ryan. Yep, it's getting ugly. I may have waited 1 round too long on grabbing my second quarterback, but that's okay. Josh, that was your first quarterback. You had to take one there.
It shouldn't be. I would have taken Jared Goff and Matt Ryan probably, unless he took Matt Ryan.
That's okay. Ronald Jones pick. That's another running back that you could be getting some serious value on down here. It's just a little scarier. It's just a little bit scarier. Michael Gallup. I'm a big Gallup believer. If he was available here at the turn, even with Amari Cooper on my team in Dynasty, things like players on the same team, stuff like that don't matter as much. You're trying to maximize value in a startup draft. Don't worry as much about like, oh, shoot, I already have 2 Cowboys. There's a lot more trading going on in the Dynasty League, and you just want to create the best collection of players on your roster as possible.
Where did Julio go?
Has Julio gone yet?
Yeah, 6'6".
6'6".
Robert Woods.
Samuel Darnold.
His next pick is risky, but he believes in the talent, just if Gase would go. So I'm guessing that's talking about the Darnold pick. You know what? I was having that conversation with someone the other day that I still think it was Tim who comes on Fun Fridays. We still think Darnold's a good quarterback. He's just been
darn it.
He's just been kind of darned. Man, I'm really up in the air about what I want to do here.
I am iffy on my team.
Yeah, I'm really up in the air about what's going to go on here.
Hello?
How much time do I have?
I'm new.
Okay, this is scary, but I'm going to take a rookie that I know Josh loves. Fill out my wide receiver core a little bit more. I'm going to take Jalen Reagor right here. I think that's good value for a young, talented wide receiver. And I don't
love him.
Unsubscribing. Okay, everyone unsubscribe immediately.
Yep, do it.
Well, also get your cousins to do the same.
Yeah, all of your cousins.
Every cousin you have. Oh, shoot, it's my pick still. Oh, dang it. I completely forgot I had 2 picks.
Aha.
How much time do I left?
Bye-bye.
This is probably where I want to take my second quarterback, but I'm a little bit nervous about which quarterback to take here. There's a safer option. There's some higher upside options. How much time do I have? 15 seconds.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Okay. Nope. We're going to take another wide receiver. Screw it. How much time do I have left?
5.
Okay. I know he's had a bad end of the year, but I still believe in the talent. DFF Carp, absolutely. We'll have to have you on the stream. We play games all the time as well, but if you're down for mock drafts, we can bring you on and you can live mock with us. That would be awesome. We love this too. Josh and I were just talking about how this is our favorite kind of content. Like all off season, I'm craving people who are doing mock drafts. I'm just like digging around. Like, did anyone do a mock draft and record it that I can watch? I fall asleep listening to mock drafts.
Hard to find too, So the more the merrier, in my opinion.
Oh, Zach Moss. I like that.
Yeah, the Tyler Lockett pick made me a little nervous just because of what he's done at the end of this year, but I still believe in the talent. He's an unbelievable wide receiver.
No, I like your picks. Both picks were good.
I'm getting scared at quarterback and running back now. Man.
I like Zach Moss there. I like his talent a lot. Devin Singletary's going to be there next year, so they're going to eat into each other. But if Singletary got hurt or something like that, Zach Moss is going to be awesome.
God, I hope Parker or AJS takes one of the 2 guys I'm thinking of, so I don't have to make that choice.
There's still some really good guys out there, boys.
There is.
Yeah, there's still some good options. Who's taking Todd Gurley?
You, Josh?
Maybe. It's Michael Pittman. Ooh.
Should I put Motez Hayek in timeout? I'm on YouTube. You can remove them, you can hide them, or you can put them in timeout. I don't want to get rid of them yet. I'm just gonna
put them on timeout.
Motez, I'm gonna put you in timeout. Okay, let you calm down a little bit.
Think about what you've done.
You're in timeout for 300 seconds. You can think about what you did, and then afterwards, you can let us know if you're ready to play nice again. If you're not ready to play nice, then we'll have to put you in another timeout.
We'll call your mom.
Yeah.
We don't want to do it, but we will.
And I hope I don't ever hurt your feelings again. however we did, or me, or whoever it was.
Whatever.
Oh, I really wish I knew who that was. I hope it's someone that none of us know. That just someone came in, found this, and they decided like that means we made it if we got a troll in here. If it's like my cousin screwing with me, then it's funny, but it's not the same as if just some random dude came in and said these guys look like they need someone to
I agree.
them a little.
I love having a good troll.
I enjoy
it.
it.
You know?
Yeah. Everybody needs a good troll.
Noah Fant.
Great pick.
Who is this butthurt Motaz jabroni coming in with all this negativity, harshing everyone's vibe? You know what? We need some speed bumps thrown in there. The vibe's almost too good in here.
Yeah, we're too nice.
Yeah, I agree. Hey Simon, you're ugly.
We need a little controversy.
Even with my ring light, I thought I was pretty now.
Well, now I can see you clearer, and now I know you're ugly.
Oh,
I wasn't sure before.
I'm turning the ring light off.
Look, you look better now.
Here I am.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
What I was going to say
are not ugly.
With Noah Fant getting drafted and TJ Hawkinson as well, there's this whole group of young, exciting, not quite fully proven yet tight ends, and I don't think all of them are going to come over and we're going to have this great tight end landscape, but I think one or two of them are going to come in and be that next like great tight end. We've got Noah Fant, Mike Gesicki, I'm blanking on some of the Jonnu Smith, TJ Hawkinson, Cole Kmet, Adam Troutman,
Old Logan Thomas,
Dallas Goedert.
There you go. I knew I was forgetting somebody. That one feels a little safer. I'm honestly
Daddy's
surprised.
home took my pick. I was trying to decide between Kirk Cousins and OBJ, and I was
JL. Daddy took Swamp's pick too. Daddy doing us dirty. Marquis Brown.
You know, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this. This guy needs help. I need help at quarterback, and I think he's going to get it.
Damn it! Stop doing it.
Yeah, I considered him instead of Tyler Lockett all the way back there, but
it's going to be ugly at QB for me.
JL, are you and I the only ones sitting with one quarterback? No, NBA's got one quarterback as well.
Oh man!
Paul says people keep taking his picks. Yeah, it's easy to start tilting. I'm not sure. I like the Tyler Lockett pick, but I'm not sure that's where I would have gone if I hadn't been a little bit tilted about the players that wanted to be taken.
Dwayne Haskins is still there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
How about Fitzpatrick? You know, guys.
Ooh.
What? That's so weird. I was looking at the people available, and I was looking at Taysom Hill. And I was like, I should probably cue him, and then I went to click it, and he disappeared. And I know why now.
So for the guys like Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Big Ben, do you think like Drew Brees seems almost undraftable in the Dynasty Startup right now if you were drafting right now? Because is he coming back next year? Probably
not.
In
a super flex, he's got to be drafted probably.
But it's going to be late.
Yeah.
Now, but then what about like Tom Brady, who I assume he's playing next year, but we don't know for sure.
I think
Tom Brady.
I think he'll be back. I think you got to draft him too.
And then Big Ben will be back. No, those guys will all get drafted. But Tom Brady, I'm just wondering, like, how far does he fall? What do you pay for 1 year of a 43-year-old Tom Brady? Because that's probably what you're getting.
This year was valuable.
This year was valuable. I had him in quite a few leagues this year. No dynasty. Dallas Goedert. There it is.
There he is. Oh man. Yikes.
Josh, how many quarterbacks do you now? It's not going to be that way on this because we have way fewer rounds than you would in a true dynasty startup. How many quarterbacks do you generally try to leave the draft with in a dynasty superflex league? What's the minimum number of quarterbacks you like to have?
You gotta have at least 3. You have to. If you have less than 3, you're gonna be put in really difficult positions when you have bye weeks, injuries, quarterback gets benched, blah blah blah. You need 3, even if you have 2 strong ones. So having said that,
I'm not taking a quarterback.
No, I actually am going to take a quarterback, and it might surprise some people, and it's not true.
Don't you do it? Don't you do it?
It's going to be interesting. You're not going to know who it is. I know. I there was one other guy I considered, but Carson.
I don't hate it.
I truly believe
he'll bounce back.
I don't know if he'll bounce back, but I think he's going to be the starter again somewhere, so that has value in itself.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm curious. My brain just blanked. I started reading NBA Riggs' comment halfway through my sentence. I'm curious. End sentence. That's all I was trying to say. I'm curious to see where Carson Wentz ends up, because that could end up being a steal. He's shown he can be a good quarterback. He was not a good quarterback this year.
No.
Let's see if he can put it together someplace else. Corey Davis.
I'm so mad.
Denzel Mims. Damn it. Is it bad? I just only want to draft wide receivers now. There's nobody else I want. There goes Jonnu. We're getting into those tight ends. This is like my exciting tight ends here.
This guy's back.
I'm back, and my cousin is disliking too. We're gonna have to put you in timeout again.
Oh man, Cam Newton.
Welcome back.
And welcome back. We missed you, in a weird sort of way.
We didn't want to be stern.
I now looking at the draft board, I kind of wish I picked Mike Gesicki instead of Carson Wentz. Swamp just mentioned it, so
it's all good. You would have went Gesicki instead of Wentz.
Yeah, I do. I think Gesicki could easily be one of the next elite tight ends. He's got all the talent in the world. He's uber athletic with an up and coming team. He really is. I like Mike Gesicki a lot. I wish I had him on this team.
I don't even know if Cam Newton's going to be on a team next year.
Yeah.
I don't know that either.
But his upside is a bit higher than quite a few of these quarterbacks sitting there.
Yep, I agree.
Oh, gross. Ooh, gross. I'm looking at this, and honestly, I know I only have one running back. I think I'm going to wait until, I honestly think I'm going to wait and just pick up a bunch of high upside, maybe backups with potential to grab a starting spot. Just wait a little bit longer, because these options at running back are truly disgusting to me right now. There's no one I want on my team. The poll's not long enough to touch Todd Gurley yet, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take the quarterback I just talked about, and I know he's probably only got one more season left, but he was valuable this year. We talked about it. Tom Brady, welcome to the team.
I consider him the Carson Wentz pick.
Tom Brady. Yeah. Now, where to go with this next one is a little bit trickier. There are some more quarterbacks that you could consider, but it is a little bit gross. I think I'll take a young quarterback that I'm not really sure is the answer, but I think he'll be the starter for at least one more year. They gave him so many weapons that they've set him up to succeed so well that they've got to give him one more chance. I'm going to go with Drew Lock here. I don't love him. I'm not sure I believe in him, but this late in the draft, what round are we in? We're in the 10th round in a Superflex league, and we've got a young starting quarterback with Jerry Jeudy,
Cortland Sutton coming back.
Cortland Sutton,
I don't know
Deshaun Hamilton
next year.
You don't think he's the quarterback next year?
He might be, but
we'll see. No, he obviously
if he is, then it's a great pick.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Every quarterback you take in this range is going to have a little bit of risk involved. Jameis Winston. I was wondering how much longer after Taysom Hill Jameis Winston would go.
AJ Dillon, good pick. Good
Damn it.
He was in my queue. Good pick.
Cam Newton, is he starting next year? Who knows? I would guess not for the Patriots, but there's teams with some bad quarterbacks out there. I could see him starting somewhere next year. I don't know.
It just looks so ugly when he throws it.
All right.
This running back situation. Okay, but I'm not alone. DFF Carp is also sitting there without a running back as well. We're in this together. He's got no running backs. I've got one.
Oh wow, no running backs. That's awesome.
That's fun. I kind of wish this was playing out a little bit, because I would be so curious to see how he filled that out. No doubt in my mind that it can be filled out through the rookie draft and then through waiver wires. NBA wants to know, can you rank who won the draft already?
Hey,
I don't know.
That's a fun little little.
Normally, I like
homework.
the last couple times that we've done this, I've liked my team, and I'm pretty certain I'm not going to win this one.
I'm going to go through before this next stream, and I'm going to rank 1 through 12 my favorite, and that does not mean anything. Take it with a grain of salt. Josh's team might be number 1.
I am wrong all the time.
We'll post that on Twitter.
Devontae Parker.
I'm down.
Josh's power rankings.
I feel like that's great value for Devontae Parker in the 10th round.
Could be.
I still think he's a great wide receiver. It's been a tumultuous quarterback situation this year, just going back and forth. And then whenever Tua's in there, he's a rookie. I think with another offseason and hopefully a normal offseason this year, him and Tua can get in sync a little bit. Now, there is another Dolphins wide receiver. I'm wondering if someone is going to snag in these later rounds.
Who could
or if he's going to slip through to me. Sean wants to know, have you guys done best ball at all? That intrigues me. Sean, I love best ball. It's so much
every
fun.
year. Too many leagues.
How did our best ball teams do?
What best ball teams?
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I think they did very poorly, but I will check.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, we also.
I might have money on. I haven't even looked at that app.
I was gonna say, didn't we do like 2 against Josh? And I thought we had like a water.
We only did 1 against
We've
me.
got we have some full season ones, I think, and then also some like
we didn't do any
season
full season ones.
Oh, were they all like 6-week rewind ones? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm signing in right now, and I'll let you know. Regular season best ball is over. We have.
Yeah, I think I had to leave like halfway through a show, or I didn't come to the show, and that's my draft day against you guys. I think.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Well, you didn't say anything, and then halfway through, we're like, Jay fused.
We were trying to get it filled, and I remember that.
Say anything.
We only did one one best ball.
Oh wait, I'm up.
Oh, I thought we did 2.
Now we did a couple of the drafts, like the 6-person drafts and 10-person drafts, and we actually did fairly well in those. But in the best ball. In the qualifiers, we did not make it into the main one. So it was like the top so many percent goes on to the next round. We lost in round 1 with our team in that league.
Nice.
So, Sean, this year I actually did way fewer best ball than usual because way fewer. I did way not many best ball this year because there was.
I use that word when few do.
When fewer do. Oh, you got it even better.
Closer.
Why talk?
I watched it like 4 times last night. So
but
still didn't get it.
Whenever draft went away. Play draft, that was where I did all my best ball leagues. So I didn't do as many this year, but Underdog seems like they're putting out some good best ball. Then MFL is like just the classic place to do best ball leagues. My fantasy leagues, they're running best ball leagues nonstop. I'm pretty sure you can probably get into them now already. I'm not positive on that, but they're if you're not used to their site, it can be a little bit trickier to use. It's a little bit more bare bones than some of these other sites, but the functionality is through the roofs.
Through the roofs.
Multiple.
NBA Rick says, based on what I saw in these mocks I've done with you guys, would you invite me to your league of record next year? So NBA, we don't really have like a league of record. We're in a couple leagues together, but we're going to start a dynasty league for us. So we're going to be in it, and then for some of our listeners to join as well. So you are 100%. You got a spot in that league if you want it. It's all yours. Evan Ingram, that is incredible value on Evan Ingram. People were touching him. People were scared. Alexander Madison, man. Some of the guys I was hoping would make it back to me were Alexander Madison and AJ Dillon. I was hoping that I could snag one of those 2 guys as my next running back, but that's okay. Man, I want to keep playing this one out. I want to do 10 more rounds. I'm so curious how some of these teams are going to end up looking.
I love mock drafting. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
He said not if you okay.
Right.
Motaz, I got to put you in a longer timeout this time. I'm so sorry.
I think you can only dislike once, so you must be disliking and then liking just to then dislike again. Either way, it doesn't matter. J.D. McKissick.
Man, taking all your players, Simon.
I know.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, Motaz. It was fun while it lasted.
Oh, no, not Motaz.
Permaban.
Oh, man.
Greg says we should do a 20-team league.
That would be cool.
I would have to be redraft. I would not do
It would have to be redraft.
I would not do a 20-team dynasty league. I'm not committing to that. That's wild. But I would be interested. It'd be cool to do a 20-team and kind of mix up what the lineups would be. Instead of doing your standard lineup, have like a quarterback and then like 7 flex spots or something along those lines. Where you're not tied into having to start 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers.
Man, good luck finding advice on that league.
Listen up.
Says he loves redraft. A 20-team league, we could not do Superflex.
Oh my God, there'd be no QBs.
Yeah, there would be no quarterback.
Always be starting a quarterback that never got points.
You could do only Superflex.
Only, yeah, you could.
That would be so insane.
That would.
Oh my God, Cole Beasley. I mean, Cole Beasley never gets enough respect, right?
Christian Kirk, that's an interesting pick.
He always scores, right? I'm not saying I would have drafted him in this, but he never gets enough respect.
Oh, it's my pick. No one told me.
You got 30
Baseball
seconds.
is something I am willing to do anytime, because it does not take up a bunch of my time over the course of the season. So we're doing best ball leagues.
I was going to say, as long as along with all the mock drafts we're doing, we can do best ball leagues all off season once they kick off. We'll get you guys in. We'll let you know we're doing them. We can do best ball drafts all off season.
That will be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys.
Gardner Minshew. You think he's going to find a spot, JL, even behind Trevor?
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that he's not on the team. Either way, I think he's played well enough to earn a spot in some team.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Def in for best ball all day best ball. Let's go. That's what's up.
I'm DW. Def in for festival. I was trying to make an abbreviation out of it. NBA Rick says Minshew will be the next Foles.
Or Fitzpatrick.
Fitzshoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that.
He's got 3 seconds left. Oh, I think it's an auto pick for him. Big Ben. There he goes. We're running out of oldies on here.
Hey, he needed another quarterback, kind of. So
there's 2 more old guys that are probably worth a pick at this point, but it's not gonna be me.
Curtis
Samuel. I was looking at him, but there is.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm gonna take Sterling Shepard right here. With my first pick. I think he's a good wide receiver. And of the wide receivers left, he's young, he's talented, and hopefully the Giants can start getting it together a little bit.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, this is where I start wondering if I grab one of these these crunchy running backs, the ones that are a little they got some wear and tear. Or do I take a young guy who I think isn't as talented as the running back behind him? You know what? I'm gonna take Devin Singletary here as my second running back.
I like that pick.
I'm not sure how it's gonna pan out with Zach Moss, but Phillip Lindsay was another player in consideration there. But I think Devin Singletary has an opportunity to still be the lead back in Buffalo, and if at worst, it's probably going to be a timeshare.
I like it.
You know whose team I'm really liking is Parker's team. Can't tell what number that is. 10. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, Kareem Hunt, Ayuk, Woods, Pittman, Hunter Henry, Jameis Winston, and Curtis Samuel.
He might have some trouble putting together that QB2 year one, but besides that,
yeah,
the rest of that team's looking awesome.
Yeah, if I were him, I'd probably go like one of these older QBs who you might be able to get a year out of.
Grab a Phillip Rivers or a Drew Brees and pray that they come back.
Yeah.
Josh Rosen's still available.
Or grab a rookie.
Yeah, in the rookie draft, you grab even if you don't have the first or second pick, maybe you can grab a Trey Lance a couple picks later.
Yeah.
He says, this is what I was saying earlier. I really wish we had time to do another 10 rounds of this because that's where you start just piling up on these high upside running backs. The Tony Pollards, there's a bunch of guys that I was looking at down here. have
No,
high
I mean,
upside.
hell, you could throw Todd Gurley into a high upside category.
Tony
at this
Michelle,
point. I mean,
Chase Edmonds, Keyshawn Vaughn. There's a bunch of guys on here that like Naeem Hines,
Darrell Henderson, even
Darrell Henderson,
upside. Chase Edmonds, did you say?
Yeah.
Justin Jackson, I don't love him, honestly. Naeem Hines, you said him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon. That's the tier of running back. The
Josh
older
Kelly.
running back, the crunchy running backs here that I was looking at considering were Melvin Gordon, Todd Gurley, Lev Bell, David Johnson, Mark Ingram. Those are the crunchy guys that I was a little bit too afraid of taking after seeing them.
Crunchy.
David Johnson's David Johnson's gone. Sorry, I meant Duke Johnson.
David Johnson.
No, David Johnson's not gone. That is David Johnson.
Well, that makes me mad. Well, I guess not that mad. They're pretty close. David Johnson and Melvin Gordon.
Jamison Crowder. One of my favorite players.
There's one guy. Oh, AJ, good job, man. Robbie Anderson. I was like, how is he still here? I was like looking through the list, and he would have been my next pick.
Well, you got auto draft sniped. Jamison Crowder is probably really sad that the Jets have won a couple games now. He was probably so excited to get Trevor Lawrence throwing him the ball, and now it's gonna be Sam Darnold for another year. Man. But we all got quiet. we all got out of the way. I was just gonna say, that's not a takeaway from the fact that I still believe in Darnold. I just hope he gets a competent coach next year.
Yeah. If I were to redo this draft for my team, I would have probably made a different decision between rounds 5 and 8. I went 4 wide receivers, especially Thielen and Odell Beckham. I just feel like the threw the balance off a little bit.
Yeah. I don't hate your team. Like I actually like those receivers, but what would you have gone there instead? You think running back, or would you have taken a quarterback a couple rounds earlier?
I probably would have, instead of going Juju, I probably would have went running back. Let's see, did Hump go before or after? I can never tell. Snake draft. I had to do the whole trace it. Yeah, I probably would have went Hunt instead of Juju. That was a good pick by Parker. And then maybe QB before as well. Golf or something.
Tony Pollard. That's a great pick. Great pick, Swamp. That's one of the
very good pick.
I was targeting late. He's shown that he can be a good running back. Now, maybe it's the Chase Edmonds effect where we've seen him come in as the backup and show out, but at the very least, he's a great handcuff. I don't think you have Zeke, but if Zeke goes down, whoever does have him, you've got a great player, and at best, he could end up on another team.
Todd really not get drafted?
I'm not touching him.
That'd be interesting.
I'm truly not going to touch him.
Yeah.
He just got the starting job taken away from him for a not very talented running back.
I'm going to draft David Johnson.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
He just has to be on a team.
If he made it back to me, I probably would have taken him.
Yeah, I only have 2 running backs on this team so far. He's a very solid third running back, getting him in the 11th round. So he had a pretty good year. He had a great week 16. He looked really good. So we'll see.
KJ Hamler. There's one of the weapons that they've loaded up Drew Lock with right there. Darrell
Henderson.
There we go. Had the first running back and Naeem Hines.
Naeem Hines is a good, second one.
I need to go through all the teams, but just immediately looking at the teams, DFF Carp's team is my favorite to start. And I'm not saying that it would win your war.
All right, man. You've said that like 12 times already.
I'm just saying it, okay? I'm in love with that team right now.
I like the pick.
I'm messing with you. You have not, but I can tell you definitely like their team.
It just reinforces that that's my favorite way to draft a startup dynasty team.
I'm gonna draft this one guy who I think both of you are gonna be a little jealous, actually. He hasn't really proven it. He's still young. I'll go with him.
You son of a gun.
Mike Williams.
Yes, Justin Herbert's throwing on the ball, guys. If something happened to Keenan Allen or something, I don't know. Justin Herbert loves airing the ball out. Mike Williams go up and get a kind of guy.
All right, Josh, you don't have to justify it.
Here.
Anthony McFarland.
I wouldn't have gone Mike anyway because I have too many wide receivers, but it's a good pick. There he goes, Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, hey, good. Honestly, like I said earlier, he needed to be drafted in a Superflex Dynasty league.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we were talking about having DFF Carp on. Daddy's home too. You got to come on and play some fantasy football games with us.
Cole Kmet. There he goes. I was gonna take him with my last pick if he didn't go, but he snuck out. He made it. Good job.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of these teams now. There's some good ones. I do like your team, DFF Carp.
Daddy's Home FF. That's a killer team too. And then as far as like which team is going to be the best team year one, if Ryan Fitzpatrick or Taysom Hill turns out to be a starter next year, NBA Riggs team is looking pretty good. I love their running backs.
Man, I don't know who I want to go here.
Yeah, I'm excited to go through this and rank the teams. I'm actually going to do that. BT Dubs. I'm making it official now. You guys can do it too.
We'll see. We shall see.
I have no idea what to do. I'm just going to draw someone.
Drew Brees.
I didn't want to go QB again, but I couldn't find anyone that I wanted more.
Yeah, I mean, if he comes back, he's got
Gage.
Yeah, and if Cam and Gardner are both not starters next year, then I have a little bit of an insurance policy. But good point, actually, because I could see that being a very real possibility. Right. Hopefully, out of all three of them, one of them comes back.
That's kind of why I drafted 4 quarterbacks myself. I'm not sure about Carson Wentz or Jimmy Garoppolo, to be honest, or Daniel Jones.
So that honestly, this will inform my next mock draft for Superflex because I'm looking now and I don't like having I would at least want 2 that I know are starters.
Yes.
The last pick, I'm
Mr.
going
irrelevant.
Brian Edwards.
Nice.
We did it.
Good work, guys.
Everyone.
That was
This
fun.
was so much fun. Dude, having a full house for this mock draft made it 10 times better.
Yeah, thank you all for joining. That was super fun.
We're going to be doing these all off season, so if you had fun, we'll make sure to let you guys know before we do the next one. Actually, even if you didn't have fun, we'll probably still let you know. And feel free to join if you want to. But we'll be doing these all off season, along with, like Josh mentioned, some best ball drafts, which will be similar to this. We'll be drafting together. Except with that one, there'll probably be a little bit of money on the line, depending on what site we do it through. Johnny Manziel. Yeah. Before we go, guys, I know we ran over quite a bit today, but that's because this draft was kick-ass and we had a full house running it with us. So before we jump off, you can find us on Twitter at FrontYardFYF. How'd you like that outro? Smooth, right?
Real smooth.
Real smooth. You can find me on Twitter at FYF Simon, Josh at FYF Josh, and Jail at FYF John Luke. We are on YouTube, Front Yard Fantasy, and we're on Twitch, Front Yard Fantasy as well. If you could follow, subscribe, that helps us out so much. We'll be back tomorrow again at 3 p.m. Eastern time streaming. And that's not just tomorrow. That's not just today. That's every weekday, 3 p.m. Eastern time.
All year.
Monday through Friday. We'll catch you guys then. Adios.
Hey, trading makes fantasy fun. Love